Did you know that after the age of 60 our bones and joints are at risk, mainly due to 3 foods in particular? In this video we will see what these foods are and why they are real killers for our bones. And if you stay until the end of the video, we will reveal the 3 things you must do to keep your bones and joints healthy. But before we continue, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated when we publish new content like this. A low buzz, like a gentle wave, ran through the room. Older people, their hair reflecting the silver light, took their seats, their faces marked by a mixture of curiosity and a slight apprehension. They had come to listen to Dr. Kenji Tanaka, an internationally renowned Japanese physician, a bridge between the age-old wisdom of Eastern medicine and the discoveries of modern science. The title of his lecture, projected in bold letters, was a warning: 3 killers that destroy the bones and the joints of the elderly. Dr. Tanaka stepped onto the stage with a measured step, his figure small but exuding a surprising amount of authority. He wore a simple white coat, but his dark eyes shone with a penetrating intelligence. He bowed formally, a gesture of respect that immediately captured the attention of everyone present. "Good afternoon, everyone," he began in a calm but steady voice, a voice that carried the weight of experience. "I am honored to be here to share with you crucial information about your bone and joint health. Information that, unfortunately, is all too often overlooked." He paused briefly, calculatedly. Did you know that most people over the age of 60 unknowingly consume 3 types of foods that, day after day, silently wear down their joints? A surprised murmur spread through the audience. The most worrying thing is that these foods could be in your daily diet right now, without you even realizing it. He moved closer to the edge of the stage, as if to establish a more direct connection. Do you ever wake up in the morning with stiff joints? Do your knees hurt when you go up or down the stairs? Have you ever wondered, with a sense of frustration, why your joints seem to be getting progressively weaker, even though you try to eat healthily? Many in the audience nodded, recognizing themselves in those words. If you answered yes to these questions, it is very likely that you are unknowingly consuming foods that are damaging your joints. Many believe that simply taking calcium supplements will solve the problem, but the reality, unfortunately, is much more complex. Today, I will reveal to you which are the 3 killers that threaten the health of your bones and joints, and above all, I will explain how you can protect yourself. A silence full of expectation and hope spread through the room. Before we delve into identifying these enemies, Dr. Tanaka continued, it is essential to understand how our joints, these extraordinary masterpieces of biological engineering, work. A detailed image of a knee joint appeared on the screen behind him, an anatomical representation that revealed its intrinsic complexity. Think of your joints as sophisticated bearings, he explained, using a simple but effective metaphor. These bearings, placed between your bones, allow them to glide smoothly over each other, without friction, allowing you to walk, run, bend, grasp objects, basically live fully. He pointed to the projected image. This cushion is made of cartilage, an extraordinary tissue, both resistant and elastic, a true prodigy of nature. However, like all precious things, cartilage is also delicate. With the passage of time, with continuous use, with the inevitable process of aging, this protective cushion tends to wear out, to become thinner, progressively losing its ability to absorb shocks and protect the bones. The image on the screen changed to show damaged, eroded cartilage with obvious signs of wear and tear. As cartilage wears away, Dr. Tanaka continued, his voice deepening. The bones, no longer protected, begin to rub directly against each other. This friction causes inflammation, swelling, and inevitably pain. Pain that, if left untreated, can become chronic and debilitating. He cited an alarming statistic. More than half of people over the age of 60 suffer from joint wear and tear. The most common form is osteoarthritis, a degenerative condition that can seriously impair the quality of life. But what are the factors that contribute to this wear and tear process? Wondered Dr. Tanaka. In addition to age, which is inevitable, there are other factors that play a crucial role. He began by talking about lack of physical activity. He explained that joints need regular movement to stay healthy, just as that hinges on a door need to be oiled and used to keep them from rusting. Movement stimulates the production of synovial fluid, the natural lubricant of joints, while inactivity leads to stiffness and increased vulnerability to wear and tear. He referred to scientific studies that show that even moderate exercise can keep cartilage healthy. Next, he addressed the issue of excess weight. He described joints as bridges designed to support a certain load. Every extra pound represents an additional burden on these structures, accelerating the deterioration process, especially in the knees and hips. He cited research confirming the close correlation between excess weight and osteoarthritis. Dr. Tanaka then focused on chronic inflammation, a sneaky and often underestimated enemy. He explained how some foods, unfortunately very common in the modern diet, can trigger a silent inflammatory reaction in the body, a fire that smolders under the ashes and that, over time, damages tissues, including joints. Stress and anxiety, all too frequent companions of contemporary life, can also contribute to fueling this inflammatory state. He cited studies that highlight the crucial role of inflammation in the progression of degenerative joint diseases. Finally, he spoke about nutritional deficiencies. He emphasized the importance of collagen, the structural protein that makes up cartilage, calling it the cement of joints. He also highlighted the critical role of vitamin D, which is essential for calcium absorption and bone health, and magnesium, a mineral involved in numerous metabolic processes, including muscle and nerve function, both of which are crucial to joint health. He cited research showing that a diet rich in these nutrients can help protect joints. And now, announced Dr. Tanaka, in a tone of voice that foreshadowed an important revelation, the time has come to reveal the identities of the three killers, the three main enemies that threaten the health of your joints. Sugar and ultra-processed foods are the first enemies we need to talk about. Do you regularly consume cookies, sugary drinks, packaged fruit juices, or white bread? Asked Dr. Tanaka. If the answer is yes, I urge you to pay close attention. He explained how sugar and ultra-processed foods are among the main culprits of chronic inflammation in the body, a factor that dramatically accelerates the aging process and deterioration of the joints. Sugar, he emphasized, is not only what we add to coffee, but is hidden in many foods under different names, often misleading. This excess sugar stimulates the production of inflammatory substances and promotes the formation of harmful compounds, AGEs, that attack cartilage. He referred to scientific studies that confirm the link between sugar consumption and inflammation. Ultra-processed foods are also rich in trans fats, preservatives, and additives that further worsen the situation. As an alternative, he suggested drastically limiting the consumption of refined sugar, opting for natural sweeteners such as honey, in moderation, or stevia, and preferring whole foods, fresh fruit and vegetables, reducing packaged and industrial products to a minimum. Do you like sausage, hot dogs, bacon, ham, and other deli meats? Dr. Tanaka continued. Again, you need to be very careful. Not all red meat is bad, but processed meats pose a serious risk to joint health. He explained that these products, unlike fresh, lean red meat consumed in moderation, are always high in salt, preservatives, nitrites and nitrates, and often saturated fat, substances that contribute to inflammation and joint damage. In addition, the industrial processing to which these meats are subjected leads to the formation of AGEs, compounds that accelerate aging. He cited studies that link the consumption of processed meats to an increased risk of arthritis. As an alternative, he recommended focusing on oily fish, rich in omega-3s, organic chicken and turkey, and legumes as a source of healthy protein. Then he talked about the third killer, refined vegetable oils and fried foods, the hidden enemy. Finally, said Dr. Tanaka, the third killer, perhaps the most insidious, because it is often present in our daily diet without us realizing it, refined vegetable oils and fried foods. He explained how commonly used oils, such as corn, soybean, and sunflower, are rich in omega-6 fatty acids. Although omega-6s are essential, consuming too much of them, compared to omega-3s, found in fish, walnuts, and flaxseed, creates an imbalance that promotes inflammation. Frying also makes the situation drastically worse because the high temperatures degrade the oils and produce toxic compounds. Dr. Tanaka, after revealing the identity of the 3 killers, moved towards the conclusion of his conference, offering not only a warning, but also a way out, a path of hope and healing. "We've identified the enemies," he said, his voice expressing optimism and determination. "But now it's time to talk about solutions. I don't want to leave you feeling fearful or helpless, but with the knowledge that you have the power to change things, to improve your joint health, to reclaim the joy of movement. There are 3 basic steps, 3 concrete actions you can take, starting today, to protect your bones and joints." He paused to emphasize the importance of what he was about to say. First, transform your diet. Eliminate or drastically reduce the 3 killers we've been talking about: sugar and ultra-processed foods, processed and processed red meats, refined vegetable oils, and fried foods. These foods are like poison to your joints. Instead, choose real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fill your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables, rich in antioxidants and vitamins. Give priority to oily fish, a precious source of omega-3. Consume legumes, seeds, and dried fruit, sources of vegetable proteins, fiber, and essential minerals. And if you really can't give up red meat, choose lean cuts from pastured farms and consume it in moderation. Learn to cook healthily, avoiding frying and preferring gentle cooking methods such as steaming, baking at low temperatures, or pan frying with a little water or broth. He paused again briefly to allow the audience to absorb the information. Second, stay active. Movement is life. Movement is medicine. You don't have to become an Olympic athlete, but it is essential to move your joints every day. Find an activity that you enjoy, that makes you feel good. A walk in the park, a swim in the pool, a dance class, a bike ride, yoga, Pilates. Whatever you enjoy, as long as it moves. Exercise stimulates the production of synovial fluid, lubricates joints, strengthens the muscles that support them, improves flexibility, and reduces pain. Start slowly, listening to your body, and increase the intensity and duration of the exercise over time. If you already have joint problems, consult a physical therapist or sports medicine doctor for a personalized exercise program. He took a deep breath before stating the 3rd point. Third, consider smart supplementation. While a healthy diet and exercise are key, in some cases it may be helpful to supplement with specific substances that support joint health. Curcumin, extracted from turmeric, and gingerol, found in ginger, are powerful natural anti-inflammatories. Homemade bone broth is a source of collagen, glycine, and proline, essential nutrients for cartilage. Omega-3 supplements can help rebalance the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, reducing inflammation. And if you have known deficiencies, your doctor may recommend vitamin D and magnesium supplements. However, it is important to emphasize that supplements are not a shortcut. They do not replace a healthy diet and an active lifestyle, but they can be a valid support if used consciously and under medical supervision. Dr. Tanaka concluded his talk with a message of hope and encouragement. Remember, he said with a gentle smile, your body is a wonderful machine capable of regenerating and healing itself. But it needs your help, your cooperation. Listen to the signals it sends you, respect its needs, nourish your joints with the right foods, keep them moving, and supplement wisely when necessary. The health of your bones and joints is a precious treasure. Take care of this treasure, and you will enjoy a long, active, and joyful life. He bowed again deeply, a gesture of respect and gratitude. The applause that followed was thunderous, prolonged, full of emotion and gratitude. Dr. Tanaka had turned on a light, had shown a way, had offered concrete hope to all those who suffered from joint pain or who simply wanted to preserve the health of their bones and joints for the future. He had transformed fear into awareness and awareness into action.